Well, it took a long while to come, but eventually it did. A Babar Azam 100, a masterclass from him, and something that we were all really waiting for. 100 versus Sri Lanka in the second one-day international, and a match-winning one. I'm sure all the fans of Babar Azam are extremely happy, relieved, as is he, after 2023. The last 100 he scored was against Nepal in that Asia Cup across all formats. So huge congratulations to him. And more importantly, it was in a winning cause. So well done, Pakistan cricket team. And I've got with me a very, very special guest who's someone who's been really contributing in that middle order to take wickets. Whenever Pakistan needs wickets in that middle period of the innings, they always go to Abrar Ahmed. I've got him with me, and alongside him I've got Waqar Yunus. Abrar, thank you so much join करने का। पहले तो बहुत बहुत जीत की मुबारक हो कि आप लोगों ने सीरीज जो है वनडे सीरीज जीत ली है। आपका रोल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता जा रहा है और अब नज़र भी आ रहा है कि जब भी पाकिस्तान को विकेट चाहिए होती है बीच में तो वो आप ही के पास आते हैं। तो कॉन्फिडेंस आपका बहुत आजकल हाई नज़र आ रहा है, तो उसके बारे में थोड़ी सी बात करें कि रिदम कैसा लग रहा है, ओवरऑल बॉलिंग का थोड़ा सा बताएं।
कप्तान और कोचेस यही बात करते कि मे बी आपने रेडी रहना होता है। आप नए बॉल से भी कर सकते हो, तो मिडल में भी कर सकते हो, जहाँ ज़रूरत होगी तो वहाँ आपने बॉलिंग करनी पड़ेगी। तो बस यही है, जहाँ टीम को ज़रूरत होती है वहाँ बॉलिंग करनी पड़ती है। और आप प्रैक्टिस जब आप करते हो तो उस चीज़ को अच्छा करने की कोशिश करते हो, इम्प्रूवमेंट डे बाय डे करते हो, तो उससे फ़ायदा होता है।
अच्छा, अभी जो ये हमने विकेट्स देखी हैं पिंडी की, नॉर्मली पिंडी की विकेट्स काफ़ी फ्लैट होती हैं उस तरह से, आपको ये विकेट्स कैसी लगी हैं, कितना असिस्टेंस है इनमें, और आज की विकेट जो थी वो कैसी लगी आपको?
कोशिश मैंने यही कि चेंज ऑफ पेस करूँ, शुरू में रन ना दूँ। कोशिश ये थी कि पहले 1-2 ओवरों में रन ना दूँ, और उसके बाद मैंने वेरिएशन की जिससे मुझे फ़ायदा मिला। स्पेशली मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि गुगली में थोड़ा बहुत टर्न और बाउंस मिल रहा था जिससे मुझे फ़ायदा हुआ।
अच्छा, ये बताएं कि आप बीमार भी थे अभी रिसेंटली, तो उस लिहाज से फिटनेस का थोड़ा सा बताएं। हाउ यू फीलिंग, बिकॉज आई नो कि ठंड बहुत ज़्यादा है एंड काफ़ी प्लेयर्स जो हैं उसकी वजह से दे आर अंडर द वेदर।
हाँ, 3-4 दिनों से मैं बीमार ही था और स्ट्रेट अवे आया, मैच खेला। तो कोच से भी मेरी यही बात हुई। कोच ने कहा कि अबरार आज आपकी ज़रूरत है तो आपको खेलना होगा, तो मैंने खेला, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस हुई।
वेल डन अबरार। सवाल ये है कि बहुत सारी वेरिएशंस दिन ब दिन सीख रहे हो, और जैसे ज़ैनब ने पूछा कि पिचेस थोड़ी सी मुख्तलिफ होती हैं, तो पिचेस को कैसे डील करते हो? अगर पिच पे घास है, अगर पहला मैच खेलते हो या ये मैच खेला, तो उसको किस तरह मैनेज करते हो?
वकार भाई, मैंने ना पिंडी में ना ज़्यादा बॉलिंग की है ना, तो ग्रीन पिचों पे ज़्यादा बॉलिंग की है, तो मुझे ऐसे लगता है तो ग्रीन पिच पे आप थोड़ा सा चेंज ऑफ पेस करते हो, बट मुझे ग्रीन पिच ज़्यादा मदद देती है, सपोर्टिव है मेरे लिए। बट ये है कि जैसे आपने बात की चेंज ऑफ पेस की ना, तो कोशिश मेरी यही होती है कि पिच को रीड करूँ, पिच क्या डिमांड कर रही है। पिच सम टाइम फ्लिपर की डिमांड कर रही होती है, सम टाइम लेग स्पिन की, और सम टाइम ये होता है कि आज देखिए थोड़ा गुगली अच्छा हो रहा था तो मैंने थोड़ी गुगलियाँ ज़्यादा की।
हो सकता है ये सीक्रेट हो, लेकिन ऑफ एयर तुम बात कर रहे थे ना कि मैं और भी कुछ 1-2 डिलीवरीज निकाल रहा हूँ।
यानी मैं तो काफ़ी 3-4 महीनों से वर्क कर रहा हूँ ऑफ स्पिन और इंग स्विंग पे, बट मैंने मैच में नहीं किए। वो सिर्फ आप दिखाने के लिए 2-3 ऑफ स्पिन और इंग स्विंग कर सकते हो, बट बाकी तो इन 2 बॉलों पे मजीद काम करूँगा, इसको और इम्प्रूव कर सकूँ।
वेल डन, वेरी वेल डन।
अच्छा, पाकिस्तान की जीत हुई, सीरीज़ जीत गए। अच्छा, एक विनिंग मोमेंटम जो है वो डेवलप हो रहा है, तो ये बताएं कि ये कहाँ से, ये जो एक कंसिस्टेंसी थोड़ी सी आ रही है, इसमें किसको क्रेडिट जाता है? आपकी मैनेजमेंट को क्रेडिट जाता है, कप्तान को क्रेडिट जाता है जब टीम जीतती है कंसिस्टेंटली? बिकॉज एटलीस्ट एक चीज़ जो पाकिस्तान में थोड़ी सी मिसिंग थी वो यही थी कि बहुत से मैचेस हार भी रहे थे, कुछ जीत भी रहे थे। अभी पिछले 1-2 महीने पाकिस्तान के अच्छे गए हैं, स्पेशली देख रहे हैं वाइट बॉल में कंसिस्टेंटली, तो इसका हु डू यू गिव दिस क्रेडिट टू?
इसका क्रेडिट सारे लड़कों को जाता है, टीम मैनेजमेंट को जाता है। जिस तरह कंसिस्टेंस परफॉर्म कर रहे लड़के, जिस तरह अगर देखे हम अगर बॉलिंग में नहीं करे तो वो बैटिंग में करके दे रहे, तो अगर सम टाइम बैट्समैन नहीं करते तो बॉलर करके दे रहे उनको। तो कोशिश हमारी यही होती है कि कंसिस्टेंसी जो है ना इसको बरकरार रखे, और यही कह सकते हो क्रेडिट सारे मैनेजमेंट और टीम को जाती।
अच्छा चलें ठीक है, बस अब जाते जाते ये बता दें बाबर आजम की 100 आपने एंजॉय की?
ओए होए होए,
क्योंकि क्राउड ने तो बहुत ज्यादा की, तो मेरा बनता था कि मैं आपसे भी जाते जाते पूछ लूं।
नहीं नहीं, बाबर भाई की 100 किसने नहीं एंजॉय की होगी। आप यकीन करें 93 के बाद ही लोग बाहर आ गए थे, अना के आप उमूमन ऐसे ही होता है कि 2-3 रन रह जाए वकार भी तब बाहर आते इतने ठंड में।
और 100 के बाद फिर सारे घर को भी चलना शुरू, हालांकि रिजवान भी एज पे थे अपने 50 के लिए, लेकिन फैन फॉलोइंग तो बाबर की हम सबको मालूम है, जिस तरीके के उनको लोग यहाँ चाहते हैं, दुनिया भर में चाहते हैं, लेकिन पाकिस्तान में ऑफ कोर्स उनका घर है, तो ऑफ कोर्स वहाँ ज़्यादा उनकी फॉलोइंग है। तो सब तब तक ही इन्होंने इंतज़ार किया जब तक बाबर ने 100 नहीं किया। 100 करते ही इन्होंने कहा अब घर जाना चाहिए, ठंड हो रही है।
तबीयत भी खराब थी, 93 के बाद भी बाहर आ गया और 100 तक बाहर ही खड़े रहे।
नहीं वाकई बिल्कुल, लेकिन मेरा ख्याल है थैंक यू करते हैं अब इनको, क्योंकि हमने भी घर जाना है, बहुत ठंड है आज। एवरीबॉडी इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द कोल्ड हियर टुडे, इट्स एक्सट्रीमली कोल्ड हियर, सो kudos to all these players who played in these conditions and won the game. So thank you so much Abrar once again. We'll take a short breather on pitch side, and when we do come back we'll be joined by another guest to talk about the game and have a closer look at how things went, so don't go anywhere. Well, Pakistan winning this series 2-0, the ODI series, and what a wonderful 100 by Babar Azam to really make it easy. A comprehensive victory for Pakistan. Sri Lanka made 288 for 8 in their 50 overs. Lianage at the top making 54. And Abrar Ahmed, the pick of the bowlers for Pakistan, picking up 3 wickets. Haris Rauf as well. And in response, Pakistan comfortably chased it down 289 for 2, where Babar Azam was the pick of the batters, making 102 not out. All right, then we're back on pitch side, and we've now been joined by Russell Arnold as well on pitch side here. Russell, just in terms of that first innings then, when you look back at how many runs Sri Lanka scored, do you think perhaps they were short?
Well, they were placed to get around 308, 20 short I did think, but when you now sit back and see how the game panned out, you'd have to say that they probably were 30-40 short. That's how the game is now progressing. After that start with the openers, they lost their way once again. So if you keep breaking it down, and if you want them to go on and actually challenge Pakistan here, they'll have to play like a well-oiled unit, and I don't think that's happening at the moment.
Right, and Lianage, perhaps the most promising player for Sri Lanka today. I mean, with his all-round efforts, we saw that brilliant catch from him, also a 50. Definitely at least one positive to take out of today's game.
Yes, here and there were a few positives. Even though Chamira was expensive, Hasaranga went wicketless, they tried. And that's all you can ask for. But there were certain players who have been short. Asita Fernando and Pramod Madhushan had to make that new ball count. That didn't work. Then when you came to the batting, just like we saw in the first ODI, starts and then soft dismissals. But Lianage under pressure, and when he comes out to bat, there's some intent. The way he runs between the wickets, he's always looking to score, and he's been impressive, I do have to agree. Just a little unfortunate that he also just couldn't go on and finish that innings off, which might have given those runs that they need. But he's been a great find for Sri Lanka at 6.
Well, for Pakistan, then it was the perfect ending, because you get to see Babar Azam 100 and this entire ground as well. I think from his perspective, Waqar, I mean, how relieved would he be? Because everybody's been wanting that he scores 100 since 2023. That was the last time he scored one.
Zainab, when you have scored so many runs and scored so many hundreds, and the expectation from the crowd and the viewers becomes so huge, and it's a added pressure when you go out there in the middle, and he had to really dig deep and wait for this moment, and it took his time. Only 8 boundaries. That's not normal Babar Azam. Babar Azam is one of those players who likes to hit boundaries, likes to get on with things, but he really grinded and made sure that he gets 100. And it's a long wait, 83 knocks. He was sort of consistent. It's not that he's not getting runs, but he wasn't really making 100. He's one of those batters, you want to see the wagon wheel, what he does out there. He's spreads, he plays all around the ground, and he's such a good player. I mean, I'm so pleased for him, and I'm sure that he he himself be very pleased, and his family will be very, very happy with this.
What did you like about his innings today, Russ?
The fluency. I agree with Waqar. There would have been a lot of pressure on Babar Azam to go and get these runs, even though he scored a lot. When you start failing, you tend to doubt. You think whether it's the end of the road, and you just invite lots of issues into your head. But overall, I think he's now got the monkey off the bat, and you're going to see a lot more from Babar Azam. But it was a quality 100, I must tell you.
But have a look at the numbers. I mean, that's amazing numbers. I know we all criticize at times that how, why Babar is not getting. That's purely because he's given so much in the early part of his career that we can't wait. We want to see him getting 100 every time. 136 knocks to get 20-100, that is something very special.
108 innings less than Saeed Anwar as well. So that conversion rate and contribution is world-class, different level.
Absolutely, the conversion is what we were all waiting for. Sri Lanka then, I mean, just looking at how they performed today, we spoke about the batting, the fact that they were short of runs, but in the bowling, I mean, do you think perhaps they're missing out on an extra bowler, or how do you look at this combination?
I would think so. I thought it was a better combination than the first ODI, having that extra seamer. But I like to have an attacking unit out there. That is 5 attacking bowlers who you can turn to. If someone has an off day, you can still survive. Now, Sri Lanka in a situation where 2 of their leading bowlers kind of didn't show up. And in a game like this, there are moments that you have to win. The new ball is a moment when you know Dew is going to come back later and make it hard for you. You need early wickets, but it just fell apart. They were wayward. They let the 2 left-handers, the opening batters of Pakistan, who were, I thought, a little edgy, but let them off the hook and got them going. Pakistan built from there on. It was only Hasaranga who you could go to for wickets, but they played him smartly. They just kept him out, basically, went wicketless. So there's nowhere to go, really. So in terms of the combination, the way Hasaranga is batting, that's been a revelation. So move him up to 7. Get those bowlers in and make this an attacking unit. The 6-7 batsmen you're playing, just get the runs, not 20s, 30s. Get that big score. That's how you do it.
How important is it then, Waqar, because we're talking about seamers, how important is it for them to get their plans right in the first, in the power play, as we see in ODI cricket and T20 cricket? This is Sri Lanka yesterday in the first 10, and then when you compare it to how we've seen them in this particular one-day international, the second one, this is their pitch map today. I mean, it tells you a story of where they went wrong with their length and line.
Look, I think it's not fair to compare yesterday with today, because the other day the pitch was very different. They've had more grass on it, and there was a lot of help for the seamers, and they really put the ball in the right area. This pitch was a lot flatter. Yes, there was a little bit of swing early on, maybe 4 or 5 overs for the right arm seamers, but they didn't really make use of it. They spread it all around, given extra runs, buys were coming. So when you're defending 288, you've got to really look after every run, and I don't think they did that. And this was a different pitch. This was a flat pitch, and it was kind of a pitch where you can just hit through the line after maybe initial 5-6 overs.
All right, then. Thank you so much for your thoughts, Russ, and thank you so much to Waqar as well. As you know, Pakistan has won this series 2-0. A Babar Azam 100, a Babar Azam special is something that everyone looks forward to. Let's have a look at what we've got for you last in this one-day international series. It's the 3rd and the final one-day international, which will be on the 16th of November. Coverage starts at 1:55 p.m. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for your thoughts. It's time to hit home and get some much-needed rest. I'm sure you all need some rest as well after that 100 that you got to witness today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's coverage. Until next time, it's goodbye from all of us.